Your team's defensive anchor, the player who strikes fear into opposing quarterbacks across the league, goes down with a season-ending injury. What do you do when your championship window is rapidly closing and you're staring at a gaping hole where your best pass rusher used to be? Do you panic and make a move that could either save your season or blow up in spectacular fashion? That's exactly the nightmare scenario the San Francisco 49ers are facing right now, and the proposed solution is so bold, it might just be crazy enough to work or catastrophically backfire. Nick Bosa isn't just any pass rusher for the 49ers. He's the cornerstone of their entire defensive philosophy. When news broke that he'd need season-ending knee surgery, you could practically hear the collective gasp from the Bay Area echoing all the way to New York. This isn't like losing a role player or even a solid starter. This is like watching your house's foundation crack right before your eyes. The timing couldn't be worse. The 49ers entered this season with legitimate Super Bowl aspirations, armed with a roster that many considered championship caliber. But in the brutal reality of the NFL, injuries don't care about your plans, your salary cap management, or your title dreams. They strike without warning and leave teams scrambling for solutions that often don't exist. San Francisco's pass rush committee, featuring newcomer Bryce Huff and rookie Michael Williams, is serviceable at best. These aren't scrubs by any means, but asking them to replace Bosa's production is like asking a regional theater actor to fill in for Broadway's leading man on opening night. The talent gap is simply too massive to ignore. This is where the story takes an intriguing turn toward New York, where another drama is quietly unfolding. Kayvon Thibodeaux, the 5th overall pick in the 2022 draft, finds himself in an increasingly crowded Giants defensive line rotation. With Brian Burns entrenched as a starter and rookie Abdul Carter showing promising flashes, Thibodeaux's role in New York's long-term plans has become murky at best. Think about the irony here. A player drafted in the top 5 just 3 years ago, who logged 11.5 sacks in his breakout 2023 season, might be available because his own team has too much depth. In most NFL scenarios, this would be considered a luxury problem, but in New York's case, it might represent the perfect opportunity for a mutually beneficial trade. Thibodeaux isn't just putting up numbers, he's been consistently ascending since his rookie year. Through 46 career games, all starts, he's accumulated 21 sacks, 51 quarterback hits, 28 tackles for loss, and 6 forced fumbles. These aren't empty statistics padded in garbage time. They represent legitimate, game-changing production from a player still in his early 20s. Here's where this proposed trade becomes truly fascinating and potentially controversial. The 49ers would reportedly consider dealing Jauan Jennings, their emerging offensive weapon who just delivered a career year, along with a second-round pick to acquire Thibodeaux. On the surface, this might seem like robbing Peter to pay Paul, but dig deeper and the mathematics start making sense. Jennings has been a revelation for San Francisco's offense, providing reliable production and clutch performances when the team needed them most. Trading him would undoubtedly create another hole in their roster, but here's the crucial consideration. The 49ers have multiple offensive weapons and proven systems that can potentially compensate for Jennings' absence. However, there's no system in the world that can manufacture pass rush pressure when you simply don't have the personnel to create it. The financial aspects make this deal even more attractive for San Francisco. Thibodeaux's 5th-year option, exercised by the Giants in April, locks him in at $14.8 million through 2026. In today's inflated pass rusher market, where mediocre edge defenders command $15 to $20 million annually, getting a proven commodity like Thibodeaux at that price point represents exceptional value. From New York's standpoint, this trade proposal addresses their most pressing need, surrounding rookie quarterback Jackson Dart with as much offensive talent as possible. While Thibodeaux represents significant defensive value, the Giants appear to be prioritizing immediate offensive upgrades that could accelerate Dart's development and provide more wins in the short term. Jennings would bring proven production and veteran leadership to a Giants receiving core that, while talented, lacks the consistent reliability that championship teams require. Adding a second-round pick sweetens the deal considerably, giving New York additional ammunition to continue building around their young signal caller. The timing alignment here is almost perfect. The Giants are clearly in a rebuilding phase, focused on developing young talent and accumulating assets. The 49ers, meanwhile, are in win-now mode with an aging core and a championship window that grows narrower each season. This potential trade embodies the classic NFL dilemma between immediate gratification and sustainable success. For the 49ers, dealing Jennings represents a significant gamble that their remaining offensive weapons can maintain production levels without him. But championship opportunities are rare and precious, and teams that hesitate to make bold moves often find themselves regretting their conservative approach years later. Thibodeaux's youth and upside make this more than just a rental situation. At 24 years old, with his physical tools and demonstrated improvement trajectory, he could potentially anchor San Francisco's pass rush for years to come. The scheme fit appears seamless, as his versatility would allow defensive coordinator Steve Wilks to deploy him in multiple alignments and situations. Championship windows in the NFL close faster than anyone expects, and the 49ers understand this reality better than most franchises. They've been tantalizingly close to ultimate success in recent years, only to fall short when it mattered most. Bosa's injury creates both a crisis and an opportunity, a chance to make the type of bold move that separates championship teams from those content to remain competitive. While trading Jennings would certainly sting, the potential return of adding a young, ascending pass rusher on a team-friendly contract could provide the defensive boost needed to maximize their remaining championship window. Sometimes the most desperate moves prove to be the most brilliant, and sometimes they serve as cautionary tales about the dangers of panic decisions. What do you think about this blockbuster proposal? Would you pull the trigger if you were running the 49ers, or does trading away offensive production for defensive help feel like too big a gamble? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and smash that like button if you're as captivated by these high-stakes NFL chess moves as we are.